everybody. Today we're heading up to Palma Valley Road, which is north of Ramona in North San Diego County. And at some point along Palma Valley Road is a Black Mountain Road, which leads up to the top of Black Mountain, which is a cool day trip for a lot of folks up here in North County and anywhere in San Diego County because it's very easily accessible. Today we're just going up there to film the Jeep. We're going to talk about the Jeep Rubicon Recon, which is what we bought, and some of the things that we like about it, and some of the things that I didn't know it had or didn't have. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll see you when we get up there and do some filming. Hey everybody, welcome to Overlanding Allegiance. We're out in the Palma Valley, just north of Ramona, California today. Beautiful day. It's been in the 90s in San Diego County for the last week, several weeks. And today it's overcast, a little humid, a little muggy, but only in the high 70s or mid 70s today. We are on the very beginning, just inside the gate of the Lusardi truck trail. And I'm really not out here to do a whole lot of off-roading today. Got it a little bit dirty, but mostly here to talk about the Jeep and what we bought, what we like. So far, we don't have any really dislikes. But I'll tell you what we didn't get that we weren't aware of because we didn't know what to look for. So maybe this will help some people that are about to buy a Jeep. So without further ado, Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Recon Edition in their gray color. We were looking at a green Sport that was already lifted, but we wanted what we thought were all the bells and whistles. But what we didn't know was that the Rubicon doesn't automatically come with every option. Like most cars, you get the high-end car, or the high-end model, and you get all the bells and whistles. Well, I owned a Jeep in the 90s, and they were not nearly as outfitted as they are today. So when we went to the dealer, we thought when we were going to get the Rubicon, we were going to get all the cool bells and whistles, but we didn't. And I'll talk about some of those things here in a minute. But I got to tell you, I love the Jeep. I love the color. I love the Recon Edition. So one of the things that I never even realized was that they had come out with a new 4-cylinder 2.0 turbo engine. and they put it in the Recon. So, and they won't tell you at the dealer unless you specifically know to ask, because they want to sell what's on the lot. And what I learned shortly after I purchased was that you can go online and completely design your Jeep from the ground up. So such as some of the options were the bigger screen in the dash, the auxiliary buttons, heated steering wheel and seats, tow package. None of those specific things that I just mentioned actually come on the Recon. And it comes with the 2.0 turbo engine, which is fine. We have done anything and everything we've wanted to do. The gearing is no different, and this thing will go anywhere. They do pitch that the 2.0 turbo gets better gas mileage, which underweight with our rooftop tent and all our camping equipment and water and supplies. Yeah, no, it gets about 15 miles to the gallon, maybe even less sometimes. Which, you know, you buy a Jeep, you get what you get when it comes to gas mileage. But the 2.0 so far, at least, has not given us better gas mileage. So some of the trim options that come on the Rubicon and specifically the Recon version were some stock Jeep wheels, 33-inch tires, some rock sliders, some factory rock sliders that have worked just fine for us, and yes, they have been used a couple times, most notably up in Coyote Flats, and I think once out in Anza Borrego, maybe even once up in Big Bear, but they've come in handy and we didn't have to buy them. The Rubicon comes with the steel bumpers, steel bumpers that have the end caps that you're able to take off, as I have done here and there. You just take like 6 bolts off and they come off, store them away. You can put them back on if you want later. It did not come with the winch. I actually installed that myself. I wish that I was doing videos and had filmed the install, because like everything I do, my wife likes to call them Sunday follies. And I've seen other video YouTubers thinking, oh, this will be a couple hours and at least done in a day. And no, it turned into a 2-day because I had to go to the store, Harbor Freight, for some tools and some bolts that either were missing or I lost them. I don't know. But all the bolts are in it. It's been torqued to specs. It has not been used. I haven't been able to use it. Haven't had anybody to rescue. Haven't had to rescue myself. So we're still trying for that first winch use. Some of the other things, back to the topic at hand. It comes with a sticker package. The sticker actually tells you what comes stock on the Recon. So for instance, it says it has a heat reduction hood and Moly Grid seat backs, which it does. It has Moly Grid seat backs. I have our medical kit attached to the back of the driver's seat. It's a pretty cool feature. Sway bar disconnect, that comes in handy, especially in the desert or in any rocky road or washboard roads. Man, it really smooths out the swaying back and forth. What else does it say on here? Highline flares, 33-inch tires. So the flares on the Rubicon, I think, are higher than the stock Sport Jeep, which gives you a little bit more clearance, which is great right off the lot. So there's that. 4-to-1 rock track transfer case, 410 gears. What else did it say? It's hard to read. It's kind of, I don't know if you can even see it, but it's sort of dull in here. Or what else? Locking diff. HD Dana 44 wide track. So it comes with a lot of things that the stock Rubicons do not come with, which is cool, I suppose. I've heard people buy a Sport and build it up, but that can cost as much as the difference for the Rubicon. Also, that comes with the upgraded tire holder for more weight. And I really think that's really all the extras that come on the Recon Rubicon. So now I'll talk about some of the things we've done to it. We've had it since September of last year, 2020. And we early on decided we wanted to overland or camp. So what we did first, the first thing we did, we left it stock, wheels, tires. The first thing we did though was the Rhino rack, which has been amazing. It holds our rooftop tent, which I'll probably talk about in another video. You've probably seen it already on top of the Jeep in the mountains. But we really love it, and the rack really holds it well, holds our weight, holds the tent's weight, because with the Rhino rack we bought the backbone system that goes inside the Jeep, and I'll show you that, which really is what supports extra weight, because these rooftops are fiberglass. As anybody who's watched any Jeep video or rooftop camper video knows, they are fiberglass and are not made to hold a lot of weight. So what you get with the backbone system is this steel cage, and it goes all the way around the back window, bolts into the bottom of the Jeep, or the back of the Jeep, with the same bolt holes as the roof. So if you want to remove the roof, you just take the same bolts off. It doesn't change the removal of the roof at all, and comes off with the roof when you remove it. But man, I got to tell you, you hardly know it's here. You really don't even know it's here. It doesn't take up any space. It fits perfectly around the window, and just gives you that stability and weight ability, if you will, on the roof, so you can get up there. So as I said earlier, I did install the Warn winch, I think it's the 1200S with the auto, or the clutch, I think it's called, that you can disconnect, as it's right here, right there, which then you can just pull the cable out, or it's with a nylon rope. And the install was not hard, but you know, you quickly realize, oh, you have to get the winch plate to mount it on. It attaches to the bumper, and there's a lot of disconnections and work to do. So yeah, that was a 2-day personal. I did it myself. I was very proud of myself. But a 2-day project due to some tools that I needed to reach some bolts to tighten them. But yeah, so that was the second thing we did, knowing that we wanted to be self-sufficient and able to rescue ourselves and or others that we might come across. And then the last thing we've done thus far was wheels and tires, and we went with the Icon 17-inch Vehicle Dynamics. I forget the offset. And we put 35s, BFG KO2s, which is what the Jeep comes with, and I've seen in lots of videos. This is a daily for my wife, who doesn't drive a whole lot, but we wanted the comfort on the road, so we stuck with the KO2s, and so far they have not let us down. Very good tires, have worn well, and we expect them to continue to serve our purpose for our style of off-roading. So that's really all we've done to the outside, or to the Jeep thus far. So a couple of the things that we're missing on the Recon, like the auxiliary switches, I'm looking to either factory install them or buy the aftermarket ones that actually come with 6 buttons and looks to be fairly easy to install. So we'll see, I may do that. But I haven't really decided. And then this Friday, I'm taking her to the dealer, and we're putting a 2-inch Mopar factory lift on it, and we'll see if that gives us the clearance we need for certain things that we've come across. The one in Big Bear I showed you in the video, where I'd like to try that one corner that's pretty rocky in a riverbed. I'm hoping the 2-inch lift will make the difference there. So I think I've covered all the things that are kind of missing from the Rubicon that I didn't realize would be missing. But a tip for anyone who is not a Jeep owner but is looking to buy a Jeep: go online, find out what it is that they have to offer, and then you can either look for those options that you like on the dealer lot, or you can build it yourself and order it up. My understanding is it can take up to 6 months to get them, but if you're patient, unlike me, not very patient, you're able to wait or willing to wait a few months, you can build your own and get everything you want. I did not even think about a hitch package or trailer package. It does not come on the Recon Edition, but Jeeps, especially this 2.0, are really not meant to tow, and I don't have any plans for a camper trailer or anything like that, so don't really need it. But I believe when you pick that package, when you're designing your Jeep, that's what comes with the aux buttons as well. So just something to think about. We really did not do any research before we bought, which I think we did pretty well considering. But some things that are missing that we might have wanted had we known that they existed and didn't just automatically come on a Rubicon. So far we love it. We've gone on several trips to ends of Borrego. It's obviously too hot for that in the summertime. We've been up to Big Bear 4 or 5 times. Up to Bishop area, Coyote Flats, Alabama Hills area, which we want to go back to when it cools off a little bit. And we're planning some more trips. Again, we're going to get that lift here this week, which should help with some clearance. And hopefully in the next month or so, we'll do a nice longer, maybe a week-long trip up the coast into Oregon. I'd really like to go through Yellowstone. We did that last year, not in the Jeep. We did that before we bought. And then, you know, we'll share the ride and we'll share our experiences, and hopefully some of you will come along with us and we'll share the adventure. So that's it for today's video. We'll talk more about the lift. I will be measuring before and after to see what the clearance is with the 2-inch Mopar on the Rubicon Recon. All right, folks, thanks for joining me on my little adventure today. And thanks for coming to Overlanding Allegiance. Hope you come back. If you like what you have seen so far, please subscribe and like and hit that bell so you know when I put out another video. Talk to you guys soon.